Too many islands, baby. Your pawns are stranded and it's a disaster waiting to happen. So, what are pawn islands? Pawn islands are little lonely clusters of pawns with no friends next door. The more islands you have, the weaker your position. It's like trying to protect 3 different houses during a zombie apocalypse. Good luck. Less is more in pawn islands. When there's more pawn islands, it's harder to defend. When there's one, it's easier. And with more, it's a hot mess. That's more islands, more problems. So if you look at this board, we have white has 3 pawn islands, 3 unconnected pawns. And how many pawn islands does black have? Well, they have this pawn island here, and then this one, even though these pawns are not right now connected to this pawn, they can be connected easily, they can be linked. So this is 1 pawn island here, 1 pawn island here, black has 2 pawn islands. So, when your opponent's got too many islands, you don't need to do much. Here is an example of this. So, in this position you can see that white has 1 pawn island, black has 2. Here, white plays knight to d5, attacking both islands at once. Don't let your pawns turn into vacationing tourists stranded on islands with no Wi-Fi. Keep your pawns together where possible. Fewer islands is a stronger position, equals total domination, especially when we get to endgames where there's less pieces on the board. So master the pawn structure, rule the board. Pawn islands are so important, and sometimes as well we talked about like the value of pieces and we say bishop's normally a little bit stronger, and actually in a lot of cases, and especially grandmaster games, grandmasters will give up their slightly stronger bishop for the knight if you can damage the pawn structure. So this is why pawn islands are so important, why pawn structure is so important. And when we simplify it, and when we simplify it by going to an end game and there's less pieces on the board, you really can see the power of pawn islands, weakened pawns, and we're going to look at more weakened pawns in the next episode. So, subscribe to Swift Chess Love for more chess glow-ups and savage strategists. And remember, united pawns stand, divided pawns get destroyed.